Boom, we are alive, ladies and gentlemen. I know I haven't been hitting updates every day. Maybe I'll do more of these if you like this content. You let me know. You give us a thumbs up or away if you enjoy this content. But I want to talk about Star Atlas, the NFT, the metaverse, the video game that we have been making investments in. So for those of you that got to participate in the IDO, congratulations, because it's already over a 50x. It means if you put $1,000 in, you got 50 grand. It's a huge return on investment. And I actually think it's higher than that, but let's just be moderate for a second. The NFT and gaming sector is going to change the way people think about crypto, ultimately. The Bitcoin maximalists are stupid at this point, in my opinion. Yes, having a sound money is an ultimately ridiculously important conversation, but the reason people use money is to trade goods and services back and forth between one. Maybe I make jackets, you want to buy the jacket, I make the jacket, you buy the jacket. The jacket is the valuable thing that you're trading the money for, right? So that conversation has actually taken part in our communities for a really long time. When you get into the metaverse, the video game aspect, the potential to build out the DAO, the governance, own property, vote on different things that factions would do, this is all the stuff we would hope that the video game will bring to real life before we could do it in a government or political or community setting in the real world. Right, so there's a huge strategic advantage to these video games right now. They're showing us, number one, the participation layer of an economic system is ultimately ridiculously rewarding as long as you remove the corrupted layers along that line of communication. So in our banking system right now, everybody in that line, in that chain of custody of that capital wants their cut. And because of that, it's made our economic system basically trash. So if you then remove that friction, what are we seeing? Kids playing Axie video games are making more money than their parents who own the stores, who own the property, who have owned the property and that store for a decade. This is what deflation looks like. Deflation looks like children making more money from playing a video game in the blockchain sector because the communication is free from the impedance of the regulators. Hopefully it can remain that way, but it's free from that corrupted layer, the mafia just wanting their cut. The reason why our financial system sucks so bad is because there's so many corrupt assholes along that way where all we're trying to do is have a peer-to-peer conversation like, oh, I want to buy a piece of property, you got that property, I want to sell that property, but then the government's like, well, we want our cut. And then the bank's like, well, we want our cut for you spending the money, and we want to know where you got that money and how long you've had that money. And before you know it, that value chain is being degraded slowly but surely until there's maybe no value left. So Star Atlas being worth such a ridiculous amount more than where it started, I think is a clear representation of the deflationary nature of video games, the deflationary nature of an economic system that actually is productive in comparison with degradative. It's going to change the way everything takes place. I've been saying this for years now. If you go back, you watch our videos about Bitcoin when we're like, oh, Bitcoin's go to $1 million. This was in 2017. This is just some crazy kid on the beach, but we're probably going to be right. Bitcoin's probably going to go to millions of dollars. So what does that mean? I think Star Atlas, the metaverse, the explosion that we're seeing right now, and I think we're going to see a big part of the peak out in the video game sector, is again just to show us how productive a deflationary ecosystem can be. Anyways, congratulations to all of you that did make it in on the Star Atlas IDO. I've got messages from some of you that have made life-changing money for you, so congratulations. I love seeing that when the alpha that we seek pays off in aces. So congratulations to all the Bear family who got in early on that one. For those of you that think you're not early or you missed an opportunity, we're just beginning all of this. Whether it's Star Atlas or even Bitcoin, this is the beginning. Ultimately, there will be so many opportunities to come. Your ability to participate, learn, grow, share, and partake in the rewards and the benefits of all this stuff, it's part of the game. You're going to miss some of them. You can't catch all of the opportunities, so focus on the ones that interest you the most, and that's usually what yields the best results. I'm very excited to see where the team goes. They're producing their mini game series over the next few weeks as well. And I think in general, this kind of governed DAO growth as it comes is going to work out in their favor. You don't want to move too quickly. And if you're building a community style game, again, the art, audio, all of it's amazing, but the community style direction of the game, I think, is really what's going to make it successful. That participation level that you just don't see in video games. So I'm really stoked for their team. Big shout out to Michael Wagner, the CEO of Star Atlas, for coming on the show last week and sharing their vision with us again. Often I think the best thing to do is invest in the visionaries themselves. You hear Michael's story, his view of the DAO and the governance sector and how the video games goes together. He's got a really broad view of what can be done, and I think that's so amazing. So thank you all for joining us. This is Stu with the Arcane Bears. This is a short little on-the-road update. If you like these updates, let me know. Again, I usually don't do videos that aren't on the computer with the charts anymore, so I'm kind of a shot in the dark here, but congratulations to Star Atlas and everyone who participated.